so stoked every time. Fun fact, fun little Eeks fact. The reason that I do the first minute of just jamming out is because sometimes Twitch doesn't start recording in time. Sometimes Twitch will take a full minute before you can actually hear my voice. That's why for a while I was going like this and then jamming. Well, then I fell in love with it. We improvised it as a part of our show. How about that? Woo-hoo! So, latest in Eeks news. Somebody be sure to tell Timmy no breaks, because he was brave in the face of anti-character adversity. And because I love him now, I will be buying tickets to his show whenever he's playing a show near me. And I will be, for you guys and for me, getting a selfie, and I will be informing him. And then I stopped writing things down, as I am wont to do. Critical Eeks, baby. With the absolute bottom of the barrel, folks, sit, sip, and overanalyze jokes. We're the lowest common denominator of human trash, according to my hero, my ironic hero, not my real hero, like the guy we'll be reviewing later, my ironic hero, American Redact.
Hi, everybody.
It's enough out of you, Redact. Oh, I gotta say it. One of our best dudes, one of the best Eeksmen. We were. They commented, and he's talking about how, yeah, so and so is fucking up, and we were talking about Timmy No Breaks and how the situation isn't what everyone seems to think it is. Then he comments after, and he goes, "Let's see if Redact gets this completely ass backwards or whatever." Cut to Redact. Right before I got that comment, had just put something out. And the thing is, it's not even worth covering. It's literally just take the opposite of everything I said that you found to be correct and say it in American Redact's voice, and you have veritably every American Redact video ever. Sometimes it's just like, what's the point? Like, sometimes it's like arguing with a drunk person when it comes to Redact, where you're like, what am I even? This person isn't even listening. There's no... it's more performative for the people that can hear the two parties going back and forth than it is to actually try to breathe any semblance of reason into the guy. Or non-binary individual. I don't want to be assuming anyone's gender. Critical Eeks, baby. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to introduce a new segment I like to call Eeks Featurettes. Eeks Featurettes are just little things I found on the internet. Things that I'm like, oh, that's an interesting thought. Maybe this will provoke some kind of discussion. And first, Eeks Featurette ever is going to be a man by the name, maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't. A man by the name of Jorge Carlin. George Carlin, it might be. Being interviewed in, looks like 1990 something. What is this, 180p?
In the last
anyway,
8 years, I began to develop a different comic voice and a different perspective. Comedy, stand-up comedy is a low art. It's a vulgar art. It's an art of the people. It's not. But it's an art. But
I like that. It's a low art. It's a vulgar art. It's an art of the people, but it is an art. Cool.
But it is an art. It has to do with interpreting.
If nothing else, I can respect a guy like this as hairline. I like to think that by the time I'm 1,000 like him, my hair will be holding up comparably.
In the world as you see it, and then writing something, and then delivering it verbally. And I found...
That's what we talked about. It's a writing medium as well as a performative medium. And both aspects are just as vastly intangible to your average duck.
A very
You want to know how I know?
liberating
Try to write a joke and then go tell it in front of people. Let me know how it goes.
position for myself.
I'd say the same thing about music. Go write a song and then go play it for someone that listens to music every day. And if they tell you it sounds like a song, well, you're practically George Carlin.
As an artist. And that was, I sort of gave up on...
Okay, so this is actually the important part here.
Position for myself as an artist. And that was, I sort of gave up on the human race and gave up on the American dream and culture and nation and decided that I didn't care about the outcome.
Now this is a little bit more broad Phrasing wise, he's talking about he's casting a very wide net, right? He's talking about how he changed his position, the way of thinking as an artist, and he stopped caring about the outcome. Again, he's using a wider scope than I am, but think about it in the exact same context. What happened with Timmy No Breaks, or when Timmy No Breaks stopped caring about the outcome? When he forsook all potential climbability, when he realized that Matt McCusker hating him could ruin part of his career, and he didn't care, and he followed the joke anyway. He became more Carlinian. And we're happy for that, man. I don't really know Carlin particularly well. I know he's got the, like, list of 8 things you can't say on television. He's got a lot of, like, poem-type comedy where he's like, oh, the beat scoots and the poop shoots and the beat foods and any goats. Gotta turn a phrase kind of stuff, which, to be clear, if my perpetually sarcastic tone aside, I am into. It can be hard to tell, and this is just the key to which my voice is tuned. So that was the main point, but let's hear him out, because I believe this famous interviewer, is this Cronkite, asks him some follow-up questions.
And that gave me a lot of freedom from a kind of distant platform to be sort of amused, a kind of to watch the whole thing with a combination of wonder and pity.
Watching the whole comedy. Okay.
And try to put that into words.
Not caring about the outcome. What do you mean by that?
Not having an emotional stake in whether this experiment with human beings works.
Pretty cool. I mean, I believe by definition utterly nihilist, but
I really don't care.
Pretty sick. I wish I could do that. My life would be so much smoother. I could just be like, who's that person screaming? I don't give a shit.
Love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole universe in their eyes if you look carefully. But as soon as they
I'll have what he's having.
Begin to group, as soon as they begin to clot, when there are 5 of them or 10, or even groups as small as 2, they begin to change. They sacrifice the beauty of the individual for the sake of the group.
Sound familiar, comedians? Sound familiar with your goddamn hugging plugs? This is why people are getting bored of you, because of this. Because as soon as you're grouped together, you stop being this beautiful individual, and you start your goddamn groupthink. Oh, well, Sam Tripoli's dating Sarge, Joe DeRosa, they're all, well, this person was dating them, they were attached to this club, and if I insult this... So they all play nice, and except for the very few times where they don't, it's boring as fuck. And that's what people end up reporting on, is when they do anything except toe that status quo line. Did you ever see the High School Musicals? The Status Quo song. Admittedly, I don't know that I've ever actually seen it, but for some reason I know that, keep up the status quo. You know that song? That's what you're doing. You guys are playing High School Musical, and you're embarrassing yourself in front of the Eeksman. So, get it together. We're going to hear a couple more things from Carlin here. He seems to be a sagacious individual.
I decided it was all under the control of groups now, whether it's business, religion, political people, or what, and I would distance myself from wishing for a good outcome. Let it do what it's going to do. And I'll enjoy it as an entertainment.
And I'll reflect on what it is on its own.
And I'll enjoy it for the entertainment. There's a little bit of a sick part in this, too. Yeah. I root for the big comet. I root for the big asteroid.
Carlin, is this you? Carlin's up there looking thunderously applauding his own sentiments. Also something I can appreciate.
To come and make things right. That's the way I put it.
Stir things up.
Yes, to get us back where we were before the first one came and knocked out these dinosaurs and let the ferrets grow.
We're talking about comets on this show tonight.
I know it. And I'm rooting for that big one to come right through that hole in the ozone layer, because I want to see it on CNN. See, I'm here for the entertainment, Charlie. I am. People, these philosophers say, okay, hey, why are we here? I know I am here.
For the entertainment.
The show. Bring it.
He's here for the show. It takes kind of a bit of a villainous turn there. It sounds like something you'd hear on the Batmans. All right, well, before he gets a little too ahead of himself here, we're going to go ahead and jump to our next thing. Let's hear it for Jorge Carlin, though. Jorge, you did good. If only more people would act like they actually emulate they actually look up to you instead of just saying it lots of times over and over. Carlin, definitely one of the greats, one of my favorites for sure. Carlin, Robert Williams, unbelievable. You know, you never would have known that he was a sad guy. And that actually reminds me of my friend Brody, who also you would have. Okay, we get. Thank you. Try to be more like the people who killed themselves because they couldn't stand being in your world. Why don't you just act? What it was? Okay. I guess it was all for naught, and those people who you constantly look up to and quote, they didn't actually have it down. You better act more like a Roganian than anything.
She's like,
Joe Rogan. Has anyone made that joke?
I was like, don't.
It was like, what a killed in the 2000s.
It's not real.
Who is that? Hark! Who is that we have on our horizon? That's right. We've got Matt McCusker and Shane Gillis. Now, this one I need to set up a little bit. So, last week, as you know, we covered the Timmy No Breaks getting punched in the face by Matt McCusker's wife situation, during which I was describing... I was noticing that Matt, right out of the gate, kind of seemed like he was in a mood. And then Lewis makes the comment about, I met his wife backstage. She's a bitch. Blah, 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 blah. Excuse me, Woodrow. So, Timmy No Breaks kept going after him. Matt McCusker, to be clear. Kept going after Matt McCusker as though there was some kind of, like, backstage transgression. And then I'm thinking, the world builder in me, the fantasy writer in me is going, yeah, but what would lead to that? Like, okay, so these characters are kind of passive-aggressively feuding right now, but why? Where are their motivations? And they're never going to tell us. I mean, even on the most recent episode of Story Wars, which was recorded directly after the punch heard around the green room, TM, they say nothing. No one says anything. Tim Butterly pretends like it's fine. Tim Butterly was standing right there. He practically got hit with a spatter. Says nothing. Sam Tripoli, it was literally just because he was on pills on his conspiracy theorist podcast that he even mentioned it at all. It has nothing to do with the integrity of informing the audience. They just pretend everything was fine. So, so I had theorized that they were, because they were in a bad mood when they got there. I was like, you ever fight with your girlfriend on the way to, like, a family reunion or something, and you're like, we'll talk about this later, and you put the car in park, and you get out, and you're like, oh, hi, Aunt Grandma, it's nice to see you, Uncle Father. I come from, yeah, anyway, nice to see you, Uncle Father, cultists. So that was my theory, that something happened on the way to the car, God knows what, maybe could have been, I mean, I would love it if it were based on the fact that she knows she's going to the mothership and there's going to be, they're all a bunch of racist white boys over there. They prove her painfully not wrong. I don't want to say right, but they didn't prove her wrong. So I think they were fighting in the car, and, they did the whole, we'll talk about this later. We have to pretend like we're nice now. We're not mad at all. And I think that's how the show started. But I didn't have any proof. I'm just connecting dots. Like I said, I'm world building. That's what a fantasy writer does. We take we want this cool moment, but we don't want it to just be some kind of contrived, disconnected bullshit. So what leads up to this moment? If you want to have Matt McCusker of your characters, your action figure Matt McCusker and your action figure Timmy No Breaks fighting, you could do that, but you're just, you're a hack and a fool if you're just smashing your action figures together. You gotta have a reason that those two characters are feuding. But that was about it. Had nothing else to base it off of. And then I'm watching some clips from the Matt and Shane Secret Show. 432, right? Right, guys? 432. I'm one of you. I'm a dog.
She's like, what is that?
Hey, guys, please let me be a dog.
Never seen one. I was like, yeah, it's CGI. She said, where's that? Where is CGI where all these things live?
This is a clip beforehand. We're just building up to it. The gigglings.
It's computers.
So then we switch clips.
CGI.
New clip, brand new clip. And this is the pertinent one.
I had a girlfriend that would be so mad if we were late for anything.
Yeah.
Like, lose her mind. Like, it was like a mental issue. If we were like 10 minutes, like we were late to go to my parents' house for dinner.
Is your parents?
Like, it's my, like, we can be 3 hours late.
Yeah, it's all good.
It doesn't matter. She lost her mind in the car. Silent car ride, angry Jets to the front door. And then right when you walk in, hey, how are you guys?
This is exactly what I was describing. And I think anyone that's been in a relationship long term probably has been through this.
Yeah.
You're all mad, you're still fuming on the porch, and as soon as they open there, oh, hi! We've all been there.
You
Right, Matt?
fucking psycho.
Nothing, bro.
That's
When
crazy.
you're fighting and they get a phone call and they're like, hey, you're just like, yeah, where's that fucking energy towards me?
Yeah, give me that energy.
Yeah, why can't I get fucking hey?
But we hit that. They get that from us, though.
Yeah,
They hear me talking on the phone with
having a blast.
one of you guys.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, man?
Then she answers the phone. It's like, yeah. All right. No, nothing. What'd you talk about on the podcast? Nothing. I swear to God,
I
nothing.
don't remember.
I don't remember.
I have no idea. Okay, well, if you're rushing me off the phone, I'm not.
See? Same kind of shit. This is exactly. This is. Let's not call it proof. What's proof adjacent? Let's say it's FORP. F-O-O-R-P, FORP. It's not proof, but it's kind of backwards proof. You can use it, if you reverse engineer the proof, you can use it as, you know, it's kind of a hearsay way to prove a point. Or at least, that's what I just tried to do. Very, very cool. So I know this is a little bit breakneck speed. we don't tend to rush into these things so quickly. However, I set the whole day aside so we can go ahead and just work our way through Senator Hinchcliffe's Man of the People. That's right, comedy commentary will take my attention and it will hold it all day long if I don't let it if I let it do so. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna pull up the EEC scale real quick. And we're jumping right on into this thing. And don't worry, we will be at the hour-and-a-half mark be doing a reading from the autobiography written by Corey Feldman, which I am reaching for right now, and not completely stalling as I pull off this post-it note from the back of it. The autobiography written by Corey Feldman, choreography. And if you're asking yourself, is his desk trash? You get 1 point for perceptiveness. Because yes, it's trashed. So, Man of the People, we have a note here that says we stopped at 1408. I listened back to my coverage last time. I won't lie, I think I'm being a little too hesitant with the EEC scale. I think the important part is to forego any preconceived notions, whether I love or hate or worship or condemn the artist, and just listen to it as objectively as possible. Because I found that I was a little upset with myself listening back. I was like, I didn't like that. I was like, well, we'll see if we could, well, maybe we'll get it, but the EEC scale is as it is. The EEC scale doesn't prefer people. The EEC scale is an objective system of measurement where we determine the writing quality, which I got into it in Dubs General's comments the other day, but I think he was a little too drunk to know what the fuck I was saying. The other day, Dubs General, the only comedian to ever walk off, the only bucket pull to ever walk off Kill Tony halfway through his set, was, what do you call that on the internet? What was it? Shit posting. He was shit posting, hammered. He just kept posting like little clips of his show, and then after the clip would play in its entirety, which is that's a risky business, man. You should get yourself a piano, Dubs. But there's risky business of letting the entire clip play, and then he would talk about it after. And that's usually his format, but he was drunker than fuck. He was drunker than fuck, and he was, or on something. I don't know what it was, but he had fucking, like, maybe it was probably booze and maybe a touch of something else. He had barbiturate eyes, you know, just sort of like. And Tony really thinks that. Thank you. That was me doing an impression of Dubs General on Xanax. Okay, are you guys ready for this? It feels so early to just jump into it, but that's how this whole show started, right? Didn't we just begin by studying these comedy specials before the EEC scale, before my killer impression of American Reed Act, this is what we did. And so we're getting back to our roots a little bit here. Anyway, where if you're following along at home, this is 1408 of Man of the People. And listen up, because I've done sort of a fun thing with the voice mod.
Force Ones? Was that what you were in?
You feel how it's like orcs? It's like orcs in there. We're going to go back just a little bit because I don't know what Senator Hinchcliffe is talking about. And I can't have that. So we're going back to about 13 minutes.
No, just going to a club or a dive bar is too boring. I like to take the audience and really start one of the world's most insane orgies. Hi, cool black guy, how are you? What's your name? What is it? Bobby. Fuck yeah. What do you think? What's your take on eggs?
What do you think? How was your take on eggs? That work?
Huh? You need cheese. You goddamn right. Eggs.
So, I gotta do it right out of the gate. And the only reason I hesitate is because I'm not sure if I've already hit him with this for this particular instance. But, and don't worry, there'll be plenty of this. The next time he addresses the crowd, even if it's this guy in a little bit here. Okay, I guess what's tough is he is doing callbacks. He's building one cohesive piece by constantly referring back to his previous jokes. And I don't know if he watches Eeks. Clearly, he does. And he knows that that's how you score points with me, is ensuring that cohesion. And I think too few people have done it, so I'm trying to positively reinforce all these other comedians into doing it, right? Because they're all big fans of Eeks. Everyone uses me as their standard, as well they should. So because of that, I don't want to break Senator Hinchcliffe's heart here. I think because we're not to 1408 yet, so there's a good chance I've already hit him with a demerit for crowd work on this. So we're going to let this one pass. But the whole, like, hey there, Mr. Black Man, what's your take on eggs? Is just like, okay, Tony. By the way, shout out. I was in the crab chat the other day, just kind of lurking, and I watched my main man, the man of the Raven. I'm not gonna drop any names. I think it scares people when I do. The man of the Raven, who's a good friend, and one of our cherished Eeksmen. He was holding that shit down. Bravo. I saw you had a couple people try to come in and troll. You made it light. You kept it funny, bruv. Keep it the fuck up. That's the way. You were there before I got there, and it shows. It shows in your prowess for how good you are at it. So, respect, man of the Raven. Life's too short.
I'm just gonna skip over that one. Even I found what I was about to say to be too obnoxious.
It's got, some self-awareness, but we don't have points for self-awareness. Tony.
It's a real thing. Bobby, what do you do for work?
Also, I heard Hefe was reflecting some sentiments that I very recently reflected, and I think it could just be a couple of cool, perceptive dudes, just remarking on the world around them. Or, and I mean when I say this would be a dream come true, Hefe might listen to Eeks. I don't know. I know it's pie in the sky. I'd say this, if I were Hefe, I would listen to Eeks. Of course, if I were Gillis, I'd listen to Eeks. I think, guys, I just love Eeks.
Work. Retire. How about a hand for Bobby?
Okay, that's enough orcs. Well, let's see what else we can do to this. Let's hear this out. Oh, that's awful. Say something, Senator.
What branch of the military were you in?
It changes his voice almost not at all. Try this.
Air Force. What exactly did you do in the Air Force? Was it Air Force Ones? Was it Air
Air Force. He was in the Air Force. Air Force Ones. That's a shitty, shitty, shitty wordplay, and you know it, dude. I'm hitting you with a bad wordplay, which sucks because that's an X2 plus and an X2 minus, which is to say it is double points. Dum, 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 dum.
Fighter jets, early fucking shit.
Fighter jets, holy fucking shit. Unbelievable. All right, we're going back to Monster. Whatever we've done here is just my new favorite thing. Oh wait, what's the difference?
Did you serve overseas at all?
That's quite monstrous. I see there's somebody watching the live stream. Let me know if this is fucking with the audio at all, please. If not, you're fine. But if so, you'll get 1 point. That's right. I give Eeks points now. You can cash them in for Eeks Bucks TM. At an exchange rate of 1,000 to 1. And I only have hundreds in Eeks Bucks. And the Eeks Bucks don't work in them anywhere. So, aspire.
You did. Where'd you go? South Korea and Italy. Wow. Really, two of the most dangerous places.
It just feels like that's maybe too much bass for this microphone. That's an itty bitty little phone microphone. But I'll say this. I've been working on getting a better sound. I'm currently waiting for a windfall of some monies. And when that happens, is it windfall or windfall? Regardless, when it happens, I will be spending it on improving our show because I love your support so much. It means the absolute world and helps me to believe in what we're doing here. So I will be investing. We're going to get some better audio quality. Number one thing we're going to make it better on your ears. I'm not good at that. I'm still working on my rump.
Nothing scarier
T-rump.
than flying over the land of meatballs marinara. You know what I mean? Just really, really.
The thing is where do you even begin with this special? Like, I think if I'm trying to figure out what happened, beyond the classic and probably quite accurate theory of the echo chamber, Austin echo chamber thing. Which I guess we could just call I feel like that's pretty, I think Graveyard covered that first, right? It's probably Elephant Graveyard shit. Yeah, because they're in a simulacrum or whatever. Anyway, so per American Graveyard, per Elephant Graveyard rather, just got Redact on the mind as always. Per Elephant Graveyard, yes, I believe the echo chamber is the biggest contributing factors to why this special is utter, I've been saying dog water, but even dog water quenches thirsty dogs, and I love dogs. So, but beyond that, I think there's an overconfidence that stems, it's kind of the evolved form of the Austin echo chamber, which is now I've got a Netflix deal because of Kill Tony. And so I just do whatever I want on Kill Tony, and Netflix still gave me a deal for my special, so I'm just going to emulate that. I'll just do what I do on Kill Tony. It'll be organic. I'll show everyone I'm one of these crowd work guys, and they can't stop me no matter who they are. It feels to me like this is, as I said, the next evolved form of the Austin echo chamber, which is now the Netflix echo chamber, because there's no comments on Netflix. There's commentary channels that can go through many, 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 many steps to legally cover things on Netflix, but there's no way for commenters to tell him to go fuck himself. There's no way, other than being on the Reddits that he ignores. There's nothing to interrupt the echo within that chamber. And moreover, that echo chamber pays out even harder than the Austinite echo chamber. As I said before, this is long, old news now, but Senator Hinchcliffe handled it very well, where he's like, I'm an artist, and I take big swings, and fuck you all. It's like, that's really genuinely like the best you could hope for. He addressed it. He didn't take it too seriously. He told us to go fuck ourselves. Here's to you, Senator.
Tough places. I love it, Bobby. Thank you for your service, Bobby.
Numbug. I think I like Monster better.
I've never said the N-word before.
Oh, so good. Just so damn good. We're gonna go back so we can hear that again.
Yeah, in Italy. Wow. Really, two of the most dangerous places. Nothing scarier than flying over the land of meatballs marinara. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Tony.
Just really, really tough places. I love it, Bobby. Thank you for your service, Bobby. I've never said the N-word before on stage. But if you ever stub your toe in the middle of the night, try it.
He's getting a point for originality there. You ever heard anyone reflect that sentiment before? Let me know. Link it in the comments if you know, because I'll revoke the point. But that's funny. That's original. I've never heard anyone come out and say it, and not totally relatable.
Yeah. It's a naughty word, I know.
That's the point, right, Pootie Pie?
And I know what you're thinking.
I was just trying to say the worst word I could think of.
Thinking I would never say that, but if you hurt yourself, you should try. And I know what you guys say. I know your go-tos. I've studied this. You go.
When he says studies, and I talked about this on the last bit of coverage of this, but when he says studies this, it's so funny to picture him in his candle-lit chamber. By the way, do you like my candle? My Tony-esque candle? And his candle, yeah, new spotlight. How do you like that? Sure, it's made of a light bulb I stole and some tin foil, but it's a spotlight, god dang it. Look, I nerfed my language.
The fuck?
Tony.
Shit, motherfucker. I know all the go-tos because it's all naughty words.
He knows those naughty words. What are you doing?
Because the naughtier the word, the more you distract yourself from the pain. And I'm here to tell you the N-word is 98% instant pain relief.
I'm giving it one for delivery there because that genuinely made me laugh the first time I heard it too. It's really, really funny. Now that, in my opinion, is the ideal form of edgy kind of race bait-esque comedy, like racist bait comedy. Of like, you know, it's innocuous. He's like, I've never said it publicly, but if you ever stub your toe, you know, if bad words give you or are supposed to distract you from the pain, the N-word is 98% pain relief. The American redacts of the world aren't going to laugh at that, but that's because the American redacts of the world want us to think that he feels a very just and very acceptable way. He's never had any cross-racial thoughts, and he's never even... Why would that be funny to him? Oh, that's not funny at all. It's not funny. You're right, redact. We're all not laughing.
The not...
And literally, because the reason... What makes it edgy is that, oh shit, like he shouldn't be talking about that, but he's doing it in a way that's not like, everyone say the N-word in public. I hate the people of the blank blanks or of this color. It's nothing like that. He's literally just like, he's making a joke about, you know, why. I don't need to explain it. I totally could, but don't need to.
Naughtier the word, the more relief is brought. The N-word is about as naughty as it gets.
Oh, that's a structural repetition, demerit. Sucks. And again, it's the mistakes he's making are egregious ones. They are ones that I charge double negative points for. And so, you know, he may make up what he's proving to do is he'll make up a couple of points here and there. Oh, score 1 point here, score 1 point here, and then bam, 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 just double negative points directly in a row. Yeah, I mean, he's doing very well on callbacks. So far, he has 4 points worth of callbacks. However, He's lost all 4 of those in structural repetition demerits. Beyond that, he's got -4 points for bad crowd work. Like, this is adding up, and we are only like not even 16 minutes into this affair. So
Try it. Think of me when you do it. But you gotta go hard. You gotta stick that landing hard R.
okay, Tony, well, you're kind of making us all look a little weird now. I mean, yeah, but
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Make sure there's none around at the time. Yeah.
see, that keeps it fairly innocuous.
Yeah. Make sure there's no home invaders or anything like that.
Okay, you watched it happen. You watched my expectations be subverted right there. That's a point for a subversion of expectation.
They might get mad and try to hurt you.
Okay.
By the way, Bobby, doesn't work if you're a black guy. Yeah. Being a black guy,
Okay.
guy stubbing your toe and yelling the N-word is like a white guy stubbing his toe and yelling, my friend.
Yeah, you're getting a point for minus delivery on that. I believe that you comedians call it a flat tire. Yes, okay, well, the comedian, thank you, Jake, and honestly, it's not complaints, you are helping the show. Thank you, as always. Yes, it is intentional. This is me trying to shake and bake Netflix a little bit here. So it is intentional. Are we getting any weird artifacts? Is it like barking at you at all, or is it just the fact that it sounds like they're in a cave in Mordor? Also, we are going to be doing Sam Miller soon, per Jake's suggestion. Sounds a little bit like Satan. Thank you! That's what we're going for, Jake. Senator Hinchcliffe. The two could be synonymous in this case. But yeah, as always, I appreciate you. That's 2 points for Jake. We give points now. Okay, long pause there, but you know he's taking a breath. He's taking a breath. He's getting ready to blow our minds with whatever's about to come next. Certainly.
Bad words are a thing.
Bad words are a
They
thing.
say you can't do this. They say you can't talk about that.
Just the Satan voice cracks me up, man. It makes it. This is how I hear Senator Hinchcliffe's voice in my head. So I was just trying, like, when I hear it, it's powerful like this. It's Mordorian. It's Sauron-esque.
I find it all crazy. People
In a good way, if I'm not being clear.
have called me a
I'm a Sauron. What do they call it? A Sauron apologist.
racist and
But I mean the orcs, man.
of this and of that.
Where's their homeland?
Meanwhile, nobody.
Didn't you see Rings of Power? The orcs have babies now. Anyway, enough. Don't get me started on Rings of Power. I'll need a whole ass episode for that. Though I will say, we tend to do a lot of comedy coverage here. I've talked about how I'll be branching out soon. Part of that branch is going to be covering the latest season of Planet of the Game of the Thrones, whatever the hell it's called, the show that's coming out right now. Because I got thoughts, they're multiplying, and I am losing control. And the power.
My industry helps more people of color, Latinos, or trans people.
All right. Let's just hear him out. We're going to go classic vocal for a while. I don't like that. Compressed vocal. Let's try to...
And meanwhile, it seems like every year or two, the whole fucking world turns on me, and none of you people tweet anything about it when it happens.
I do, Senator, just no one follows me. Not actually. It is actually, it's interesting. You get the same kind of thing, and I hate to say this, but like, you get the same thing with Red Bar fans, where it can be kind of weird to like stick it, because people are like, oh, he's racist, or he's blah, 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 he's this, he's that. And you try to stick up for him in like a classy way, but also like it's hard to deny some of those claims. Not because I believe that he is, but because some of those claims can be so easily proven via things like, I don't know, NBOP. I was joking with my friend the other day, and I was like, don't, if you're trying to suggest Red Bar to anyone, don't mention NBOP. Anyway, so same kind of deal with Senator Hinchcliffe. I've heard people going after him, and I'm like, eh. I've had friends who were like, anyone that likes Kill Tony is a Nazi, and blah, blah, come at me. And I was like, no, I'm just gonna, I don't really get on this Facebook thing, so you guys can just do your Facebook thing over there. Not because I believe that what he says is irrefutable, but because I don't necessarily want to dirty my hands with it. Right? To what end? To earn Senator Hinchcliffe a new fan? To show Senator Hinchcliffe that, you know, there are people out there defending his honor? I don't know, man. For what? To what? Again, to what end?
You just wait it out and wait for another Monday up.
I will say, I imagine people are a little bit more defensive over the bar since the great absence. I feel like it probably hits kind of a sore spot for all of us.
Episode, and I have to fucking.
Okay, so this was an organic break. I decided to go there.
But I'm a people person. I study everything. Where's my proud Latinos at tonight?
Okay, this is this whole I'm a people person thing. That's, I guess, man of the people keeps it thematic. So, cool, pretty cool in that case.
Oh yeah. Not quite as loud as you used to be.
That's really, really funny.
Noticed about 10 months ago something changed in you. Almost seems like
Okay, Tony.
y'all are on your absolute best behavior nowadays. I don't know what could have possibly have changed. You guys used to be the loud people.
Okay, Tony. You know what? We're giving him a point for character consistency. No, we're not glad he's being consistent in this particular way, but it is, objectively speaking, consistency. Boy, this is a tough one. This is going to be a tough one. I imagine we'll be getting some comments on this one, my friends.
Now you're so...
Oh, you know what? The Eaksmen aren't like this. They aren't like the Hinchcliffe fans who stay quiet. I have seen Eaksmen going to bat for your boy in the comments, and I appreciate that immensely. How did you phrase it? It was brilliant. We exist, something along the lines of here we exist in the worlds between, or something dope. Something that, like, I would have a wizard-esque character say to a protagonist at some point. Or perhaps an antagonist during his sacrifice of... Anyway.
So well behaved now.
Like Obi-Wan-esque thing.
Immigration is amongst...
Strike me down and I shall become more powerful.
Amongst us people, it's a real thing. It hits close to home. My own head housekeeper. Yeah.
Boy, that was a cackle in the background. And that cackle reminds me, it's time to make him a monster again.
Yeah. Came up to me just this week.
This week.
I was on my
I was on my
2,000 square foot terrace and smoking a cigarette, and she came out.
Okay, so we're about 20 minutes in. There is zero act structure really at all that I'm noticing. So in I think a critical Eeks first, I'm hitting him with a demerit for lack of crescendo between acts. Traditionally, and this is in most forms of storytelling, if you're in a 3-act structure, you start here, you build, you boom, and then you start back halfway, you build, you boom, and then you go up even higher than you did before. You go double forte by the time you get to Act 3. This has just sort of been a flat line with the occasional, like, heartbeat. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. That's like really all we've seen with regards to, graphing out this special's trajectory, I suppose.
She goes, Tony.
Tony. Do we have voice work on here? I'm not going to add it right now, but I feel like this would be a good one to add because I like a comedian that does voice work well. Soder be a great example. He does some very convincing, very funny voices and that kind of thing. But also it's super cringe when people fuck it up. People try to do voices and they do them poorly or they do them half-assedly. Well, then we can hit them with a demerit. Now, we're not going to be adding that. As a game designer, when I have playtesters at my table, I usually practice play as it lay, which is, suppose you have found some skill, found a way to exploit that is counter-intuitive to the system. I'll let you use that for the whole episode, and then I will, between sessions, I will adjust that. So it's play as it lay. You found the exploit. You get to enjoy it while you can. In this case, it's play as it lay. He helped me discover that I need to add voice work, but I can't let him benefit from it because the system was a certain way when we started this, quote, play test. If you are following what I'm saying, you are a nerd and you should follow me. Because me too.
And I knew something was wrong. She goes, my niece got picked up by immigration this weekend. Back in October, you told me to tell everyone I know to vote for this president.
By the way, what we're about to see is the most... I'm going to have to hit him with, I think, a couple different demerits for this one joke. This is by far my least favorite thing that he's done, maybe ever.
Do you think maybe you can help?
So his housekeeper comes up and says, Mr. Hinchcliffe, 10 months ago, you told me to vote for this man, and now I've got a bunch of friends who are being detained. Is there anything you can do to help? And he says...
And I looked her right in her eyes, and
I hate that. I looked her dead in the eyes, and without skipping a beat, I said, but that's such a cheap way to set up a punchline. And Senator Hinchcliffe, I think you know that. I think I've heard you say that to people on Kill Tony. I guess that's probably what everyone hates. Actually, I'm certain that that's what everyone, including Dubs General, hates the most about Tony Hinchcliffe's special being bad. Is for years we've been listening to him as an authority. And then he comes and commits all these egregious, sins that he's told us all never to do. He's here and he's committing those sins in a way that's reliant on them. What's this? No thank you. Did you see my no soliciting sign over the door? Sure, it's mostly those hippie beads things, and some of the strings are missing, but it's supposed to say in Latin. No solicitations.
And I go, Juanita?
And he goes, okay, so she says all this, and he looks her dead in the eyes and says, Juanita?
The guest bathroom toilet is clogged.
Oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. I feel like I've talked about this joke before, but I'm going to get all the way into it. So we're going to go back to this is at 1912.
You can help? And I looked her right in her eyes, and I go, Juanita? The guest bathroom toilet is clogged.
The guest bathroom toilet is clogged. Okay, so I have talked about this because this was on someone else's coverage. So I won't get too into it, but I hate this joke because, first of all, there's so much wasted ink. Excuse me, Woodrow. I'm giving him a demerit for rug pull reliance. Where, you weren't expecting him to say that. Sure, that is, subversion of expectation is comedy in a nutshell or whatever. But if you are relying on the fact that, the only reason this is funny is because it's shocking because you didn't expect me to say this thing. That is rug pull reliance. So this joke at least has that. So he looks her right in the face and says, Juanita, the guest bathroom toilet is clogged. That is so much wasted rhythm. Juanita, the toilet is clogged. I'm going to need you to get that. That's funny because it's a succinct. We already know where he's going by the time he says the guest bedroom. It doesn't, okay. How many factors? We covered it out before. But before you get to toilet, which is the only factor you need in this part of your story, Senator Hinchcliffe, the guest. We don't need to know that it's a guest bedroom. We don't need to know that it's a bedroom bathroom. We know that the toilet is in the bathroom. The guest bedroom bathroom toilet is full. That is 3 completely superfluous points that you've brought up, and it muddies the water of the punch in your punchline. The guest bedroom bathroom toilet is clogged. It's like, okay, Juanita, the toilet is clogged. I need you. The toilet is clogged would have gotten at least a bigger pop, right? Because it's subversive with regards to our expectation. It is relying on subversion of expectation, but it's punchy. He gets the sentence out before your mind is able to do the math. So you're laughing when he's done talking, not giggling during the build up to the guest bedroom, bathroom, toilet is clogged. Like it's a bunch of superfluous information. I'm giving him -1 on delivery, and if I'm looking over the list, I think that's all I can really hit him for. Yeah, that's about all we get. But still, I mean, he is just bleeding points right now. So let's keep it going. And we're also going to switch up the tone here. This is him as accompanied by Le Chipmunk. I hate that. That's not fun, is it, Jake? We don't like... That's a little too much.
And if it's not fixed by the time you leave, I will reunite you with your niece.
See, again, right there, very, very shaky. I hate to do this to you, Senator, and I will vote for you in your gubernatorial race, but that's bad. And if you don't go, I will reunite you with your family. It's like we shouldn't be feeling this hesitation. And maybe he's just a fantastic actor, and the act is that he's making this up because that's something that comedians kind of go for. Is yes, they do these jokes every night, but the goal is to try to make it seem like you're telling it for the first time every time. And maybe he just that's what I think it is he just acted too well. Unfortunately, the EEC scale doesn't measure acting capacity, Senator Hinchcliffe. It measures the writing quality of your speciale. By the way, if you want to use the EEC scale for your own comedy critiques, let me know in the comments and I will link you to it. May have to get an email or something off you so I can share the document. But then you can feel free to use it all you would like. You just have to publicly call it the EEC scale. And you get a bonus point if you link dear old sweet critical leaks.
Look, immigration's real.
What? Look, immigration's real. Were any of us confused? Okay.
And now our president has brought into the fold to help our government the one and only Elon Musk, a man who's 5th most...
A year ago, him just mentioning Elon Musk's name would have gotten a pop from at least some people in the crowd. But what an interesting guy. What an interesting few years that interesting guy has had, right? The left hates him, the right's kind of sick of him. He's just kind of in this weird limbo. We're getting involved in politics. Go figure. Destroyed his reputation pretty much across the board. But I'll say this, a little bit of balance. Without Starlink, that chick that canoed across the Pacific to get to Hawaii wouldn't have been able to show off her sunburns the whole time. So, thank you, Elon.
Most important job is building the
Elon Musk.
world's largest rockets, flying them to outer space.
Is it BoJack or Rick and Morty or something? One of one of the adult cartoons I watched, or at least watched. There is Elon Tusk, and he's got like boar tusks. This is before the whole, politics thing. It's his foray into politics.
And then flying them back seamlessly. What's my point?
He's talking about the spaceships. If you ever have to ask yourself, what's your point on stage? I mean, it better be quite intentional.
Do you have any idea how fast you can get illegal immigrants back to where they came from? On a fucking rocket? I do. 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
He studies these things, man.
From here to Tijuana, Mexico. It's very simple, people. Here's what you do. You take the rocket.
Okay. Sometimes there are going to be points in a special where you already know where he's going. He's already told you where he's going, and then he slowly just slogs his way to it. Okay. I just sometimes you just got to take a break for a quick breath and acknowledge that, yes, I'm the one that committed to this, so we're gonna make it through. God damn it.
You fill it,
Mitch Hedberg.
fill it with you.
I did not learn my AABBCCs. God damn it.
Illegal immigrants. You blast that bitch up in the sky. You let Elon do his fancy little.
Like, what are we
parallel
hitting for
parking
here?
thing.
There has to be some kind of punishment for this. There must be. I think it's kind of structural repetition, because you feel how this has the exact same cadence as like him going, I looked her right in the face and said, Juanita. We're going back to regular vocals here. It's the only way. We gotta shake it up.
You empty the illegal immigrants.
Ooh, that's crispy.
You fill the rocket with avocados. Yes.
Fine, it's avocados. Okay. The joke, of course, being Tony like avocado.
That's right. No tariffs on these avocados. You land the avocados, you empty the avocados, you fill it with illegal immigrants. Adios.
Okay, he's lucky that I didn't already add this and that I follow play as it lay rules, because right here, just above voice work, a suggested factor I have for the EQ scale is the dependence on timeliness. And I would argue that that is all this is. In 10 years, is anyone even going to know what the fuck he's talking about except for historians and weird, like, MAGA nerds? Like, I don't understand. My point being, this is exclusively topical. And even now is a little dated. Him being like, Elon, remember? We're like, yeah, I guess. Sure, wasn't there like a whole thing, and like, wasn't there, they were fighting? Didn't when he quit, they get into a huge fight? Didn't Eeks make a video about it? They got like 7 views, but was the first one to talk about it, per usual? Go check the timestamps, man. I was the one that broke a lot of news, it's just no one was listening. First review on King of the Hill. This guy. First one to talk about Elon and Trump fighting, because I loved Kanye's reaction to it. It was pretty much like, Mom and Dad, don't fight, I love you guys. They abound. Timmy No Breaks. First, look at the time codes. It's the reason I love the internet, because I have proof now that I did it first. Enough bragging. Enough CTE bragging. Critical Leaks brags. Maybe that's a new segment. CTE brags.
Amigos. You land it. You empty the illegal immigrants. You fill it with Cholula. That's right. Now black guys have something to put on their eggs. These are the ideas.
You hate it. You hate it, and I get why, but that is a callback. It's going to be his only redeeming quality here. The thing that's going to keep this over negative 100 is going to be his callbacks. Now, that may end up getting him with a structural repetition, But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, right, Senator?
Yes. These are the ideas that I'm pitching to the top. All the way to the top. And the president's working. Whether you love him or hate him, the motherfucker works. He sleeps for 4 hours a night, wakes up, just starts signing shit. Most obnoxious signature in presidential history. Looks like Lizzo's heart rate.
Beep. That's what I was doing, remember? The heart rate thing. Stole from me, Senator.
Just start signing shit non-stop. Women's rights, goodbye. Takes a picture with it, on to the next one.
So, look, I made it sublime. Or rancid, I guess. Into action!
Giant signature, he can't help himself.
Okay. It's too much. I know the line.
Works. He sleeps for 4 hours a night, wakes up, just starts signing shit. Most obnoxious signature in presidential history. Looks like Lizzo.
Is it true that he only sleeps 4 hours a night? Because does that explain some shit, or does that explain some shit? Did anyone else get really into abusing sleep deprivation because they found it makes them crazy in a fun, kind of scary way? And then you can... no, just me. Okay, well, I can tell you from experience that 4 hours ain't enough, bro. And sleep deprivation will accumulate, and it will slowly make you fucking insane. Sometimes rapidly make you insane, but 4 hours isn't enough. Senator Hinchcliffe, please let him know that, a little melatonin might make you feel drowsy the next day, but you gotta get 5 to 6 at least. Oof, 4 hours of sleep a night for the man who is leading the free world.
Lizzo's heart rate.
Maybe that's just senatorial hyperbole, but if it's true, scary if true. Is that what they... Sad if true. Alright, I need to get some more water for some more Mio so we can keep this pace going. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with the intro music as I BRB to you. Right back. Don't worry about it. The music. Bard Fox music. Hope you are having a fine one, as fine as we're having. We're covering Senator Tony Hinchcliffe, future Senator Tony Hinchcliffe special. No, we don't use that ironically at all. Irony is the tool of the sleepy. Alexa, right on. I suppose that does make sense. It's good to have you. We are doing a little bit of, as I said, a little Hinchcliffian review. Hinchcliffean, if you will.
Just start signing shit non-stop. Women.
What am I up to today? I'm just out here trying to defend the good senator, man. Out here explaining why he is my hero.
Women's rights. Goodbye.
Oh, Alexa probably didn't like that one. That's the senator. That's not me, Alexa.
Takes a picture with it, on to the next one. Giant signature. He can't help himself. Everyone around him is afraid to tell.
Am I a professional comedian? I am not a professional anything, Alexa. I am just a guy with a lot of opinions and a little piece of paper called the Eek scale. Why do you ask out of curiosity?
To tell him to chill. Now he's got a Sharpie marker, by the way. First president ever with a fucking Sharpie marker. He's just letting it rip. Thousands of years from now, historians are going to look back at all the different documents signed by all the different presidents, and somebody's going to be like, this guy seems...
Hold on one sec, I got to go back here. I was just jokingly asking why you asked.
afraid to tell him to chill. Now he's got a Sharpie marker, by the way.
All right, okay, so he's still talking presidential stuff here. We're going to put him on natural vocals. I'm getting distracted by the Satan voice.
President ever with the
There we go.
fucking Sharpie marker. He's just letting it rip.
Letting it rip, he says.
Thousands of years from now, historians are going to look back at all the different documents signed by all the different presidents, and somebody's going to be like, this guy seems more important than the other guys. He's got a thicker font. You never saw that with Biden. You never saw Biden sign a goddamn thing. If you did, there'd have to be a hand that came out from under the desk.
How do we hit him with, God, this is so boring? There's nothing on the EEC scale that's like, well, I just didn't, what you post on, I take this and I post over, they all go up on YouTube, on Mondays at 3 p.m., Critical EECs on YouTube. We're building, I think as of yesterday, I was at 49 for the 4th or 5th time, so we'll call me an aspiring professional. So anyway, Senator Hinchcliffe here.
You never saw that with Biden.
Oh, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, how do we get him with, dude, this is just so much talking without any actual, any meat to it. A lot of these jokes, including this like Biden material, where it's like, oh, Joe Biden he's a clone. Oh, and like these are actual like talking points that they use over there. I've heard them. I made up a faux Biden because like Paul McCartney or like faux Biden, and the person I was talking to was like, yes, exactly. So like this is just old stuff. This isn't like Tony making groundbreaking new like comedy angles at all. Alexa says, try uploading shorts too. It could give you a good reach. You know, I appreciate that, Alexa. I did a couple of those early on, and I found that it did. I imagine I'll have to, especially because I do like 3-hour videos. So there's wisdom in that. I appreciate you.
You never saw.
Well, I'll show you. This right here. It's called Mio. You can buy it for like $3 at your local anywhere. Mio Energy, and it works. In fact, I have a rule where I can only drink it while I'm on Critical EECs because otherwise I get a little too much energy. But thank you very much, Alexa. I appreciate your contributions, genuinely. So I mix it with beer. On occasion, I'll mix it with beer.
Biden sign a goddamn thing.
But in that case, I have to call it BO, and I got plenty of that these days. Symbol.
If you did, there'd have to be a hand that came out from under the
Nice.
desk and grabbed his.
I have Discord. I don't tend to use it. I'm little more of on the millennial side of that. I have friends that tell me that I need to, but if you find Critical EECs on there and I don't respond, it's not that I'm ignoring you. But I do. At some point, you know, as the community builds, I want to have a space where we can all kind of share links and, you know, talk shite and that kind of thing. So, you know, more as this story develops. But yeah, welcome. It's great to have you. I like your energy as well, my friend.
This is real life, people. Shit's going down. It's happening. And look.
Like, is it going to be is he setting up right here? Is this something that he's setting up, or is this just him kind of killing time? You know, doesn't a line like that feel a little bit like small talk? Where you're kind of standing next to somebody in line and you're like, yeah, this is real life, you know, it's really happening. What the fuck did you say? That's a weird non sequitur. But maybe he's using it to build to something. Ah, a digital artist. Okay. That's dope. If you do have YouTube, go ahead and then comment on one of my videos on YouTube. So for prosperity's sake, because show must go on. I don't want to forget your name, but I will be interested in talking about art in the future. I have a couple artists who I work with. including my wonderful fiancée. But, you know, this day and age, visual art takes so many different forms. So there's a good chance you can do something that the other artists I work with don't prefer to do. So that would be my advice. Since I don't have a Discord, I would say go comment on one of my YouTube things. And that's not just me tricking you into interaction. I swear I will be getting a hold of you.
Immigration
But also interaction.
is important. Where's my Mexican people?
Oh, X, yeah, I'm on Twitter or X. I'm Critical Leaks over there. That's actually even better. Can we connect on Insta, Twitter, or Discord? It'll be easier so we don't forget each other. Yeah, go add me on X at Critical Eeks, spelled the exact same. Yeah, we'll talk.
People.
I'm excited to see your stuff.
Black time.
I used to do the freelance artistry things. It was audio and script based, but I respect that, especially in this day and age of AI. It can be we gotta support each other, right? All right, we're going back to Satan voice. It's just too much fun.
You guys are Mexican?
Come on, Tony.
I love it. What do you think the big stereotype about Mexican people is? You work hard? That's a good one.
So, this is another point. Why? Okay, we're gonna hit him again for this bad crowd work, which again is just gutting his score because it's an X2 minus. But his bad crowd work is absolutely killing me. Where the heck is it? Originality, structural repetitions, audio fidelity. Huh. Oh, crowd work. Here we go. It's under stage presence. Chief of which being that he didn't mic the audience. The lack of foresight in that is just mind-boggling to me. If I thought he was trolling us, like it's almost like a Sam Hyde-esque like troll thing where he does crowd work and the people answer and then Tony doesn't respond to them in complete sentences. So it'll be like, oh, what race are you? Oh, we all know how they can be, right? Okay, are you married? Interesting. Well, you know, we can't hear the responses. And so, as I've said before, it's like listening to somebody talk on the phone. Yep. Oh, you did? Well, what did they say? No. It's like, I bet this is really interesting if you can hear both sides, Senator. Just drop you a follow on your X because you can follow me back real quick. I can DM. That's perfect. Yeah, no worries. I will. I'll give you a follow back as soon as I'm off of this. And I review every moment of my show, so I will be reminded. Even if I get done recording and forget, I'll be reminded later tonight when I'm rewatching. So yeah, I look forward to checking out your stuff, Alexa.
That's true.
Also, like I said, I respect the game. Yeah, you're playing it quite well.
Hard workers, indeed.
The orc's just like half-assedly. Again, because in my head canon, he's wearing like a weird crown made of bones. And all of the people in the audience are like Urukai. They're like, oh. And even the Urukai in this case are kind of like, Mexicans are hard workers. Okay, that's fun that you've now dug that up out of your crowd work. I think he's probably killing time here. But again, this is a special and the only one we have access to. Do you think maybe he threw it away on purpose? He threw the game, so to speak? Do you think maybe he was like, look, if I pour my heart and soul into writing this and it goes poorly, that's really going to fuck me up. So what I'll do is half-ass it. And then if people say, well, it sucked, you go, I didn't even try. Doesn't this kind of feel like that? Please don't forget to check out your ex. I will not. I got you, Alexa. No worries. I shan't forget. Well, and if I do forget, then I shan't be unreminded. We'll talk soon. Don't worry.
That lady's going nuts at hard workers. What do you do for a living, lady? What restaurant?
See what I mean? It's like someone talking on the phone. What do you do for a living? What restaurant? It's like, okay, we get that she answered a restaurant, but it's still just, for this to be your big number, it's crazy, Tony.
A Brazilian steakhouse. steakhouse. You're a traitor.
Get it?
What kind of Mexican works at a Brazilian steakhouse? This fucking guy is building barbecues inside of swimming pools. Now that's Mexican.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
Actually, you know what? He's getting a point. That was an Act 2 callback to Act 1. Sure. I don't love his lack of defined act structure. However, if we're looking at it in a segment, or if we're looking at it under the scope of having 3 segments, then we're definitely in Act 2. Do you see me bending over backwards for you here, Senator? Don't say no one ever did anything for you on the internet, you little bastard.
Stereotypes that I think about Mexico.
But that is, is because that was one of the awful pieces of crowd work he did in Act 1, and now he's talking about it in Act 2. It's technically an Act 2 callback to Act 1.
Mexican people. White lady, how many brothers and sisters do you have? 1 or 2? 1 brother, 2 sisters. Wow, your mom's a slut.
1 brother and 2 sisters. Wow, your mom's a slut. Because 4 kids? It's not like she was like, I have 1 brother, 2 sisters, and we all have different dads. Even then, it'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, Tony has a slut. But him being like, you've had 4 kids, you slut. Okay. It's, again, a weird non sequitur that just feels like air being moved for the sake of making noise. Kind of a lot of that flying around. Alexa was right, though. I do need to start making shorts. I have little notes like, oh, this will be a good one. This will be a good one. I have to pay for my program that helps me clip them. Apps Golem. Pretty sweet. It's like, when I first got it, it was like $8 a year. Now I think it's up to like 12. But if you're like trying to make clips or shorts or something, hell, if you're making Eeks clips, get to Apps Golem. That would be interesting. If there was someone that was like wanted to do Eats clips, I could maybe share my password to Apps Golem. I don't think that's against the rules.
Your mom has a
But yeah, it's like a little mom and pop, the internet equivalent of a mom and pop shop.
giant vagina. Do you know that? Have you ever seen it?
Jesus, Tony. Even for me, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I mean, hear him out, okay? He's a future senator for a reason. Up here.
1 brother, 2 sisters. Wow, your mom's a slut. Your mom has a giant vagina. Do you know that? Have you ever seen it? Okay. How many brothers and sisters do you have?
What do you think, gang? Do we hit him with another demerit for bad crowd work? All right, okay. If in the next 10-ish words he says, there is not a defined punchline, I'll say between 10 and 20, okay? I'm a little bit florid with my language, a little overly verbose, you might say, so I tend to take a little bit more of a scenic path to get to the end of my long and flowing sentences. So, I'll say between 10 and 20 words. If he doesn't have a banging punchline that he's been building up to, then I believe that he's vamping for time, and we're going to go ahead and hit him with a demerit for bad crowd work. Let's hear him out. We're going to count him.
4. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, your dad has a second family that you don't know about.
Sorry, Senator. I hate to do this, Senator Tony, but it's a demerit for bad crowd work. Oof. Hurts to do it to the guy. You love him?
They make
like I do.
Big families.
Look up to him, admire him, try to emulate him at every turn. Speak this way because it's how he speaks.
That's a true stereotype.
I want to be in the Writers Guild and fuck up basic sentence structure.
And I love it. All the different
I want to get into arguments where I'm wrong about comma use.
cultures are so
I want to be you, Senator.
different. The Mexican
I don't care that everyone I know and respect doesn't like you. I do. I respect you enough for all of us.
culture, huge families. And I love it. They all take care of each other from youngest to oldest and back around again.
Okay.
They're not like white people that throw their fucking moms into nursing homes the first chance they get and just keep throwing fucking money.
Well, in defense of whites, Latin moms rule. So there's that. Latinx, is that the term? Those mamas, madres, rule.
Money at the problem, they're not like that. They're not like that. They all take care of each other. There's no fucking, they're just different.
There's no fucking.
Different than white guys. They don't even think about it.
Okay, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that it's me talking over him is, you know, as far as the reason I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Maybe it's my fault. Let's find out here. We're going back to 2440.
Huge families. And I love it. They all take care of each other from youngest to oldest and back around again. They're not like...
By the way, has anyone else done this transformational-wise? Transformative-wise? Maybe this is another Eeks first, baby. Maybe we're plowing the way again here, silently and in front of next to no one except for the good ones. Quality over quantity, as they say. But I don't think there's any other comedy reviewers who are just turning their comedians into Satan so they can review this highly guarded copywritten material. Because this is transformative. I think the voice makes it all the more inarguable, right? Because there's no way you could, like, listen to this in front of some authority figure and be like, he just played the thing. This is a perfect replacement for the original. No, it's not. It's clearly not intended to be. And I would argue that if what you came here for was to hear Tony Hinchcliffe's Man of the People uninterrupted, unaltered, you're highly disappointed with what you found here today. And I think that's the right kind of disappointment.
Like white people that throw their fucking moms into nursing homes the first chance they get and just keep throwing fucking money at the problem. They're not like that.
Okay.
They're not like that. They all take care of each other. There's no fucking... They're just different than white guys. They don't...
I'm going to give him another 20 words. But this is seriously like 2 or 3 minutes of his 60-minute special that is just goop. It's just nonsense. It's just him literally just talking.
They don't even think about it. They just...
Like, it's like he's on some kind of stimulant in his car. And it's just like... A lot like that, and it's not even that they don't, and there's no rhythmic build to punch. There's no like, oh yeah, like Big J Okerson can pull this kind of stuff off because he knows how to on the fly, you know, subvert our expectations in a way that's pleasing. He can get away with doing crowd work. Gianmarco Saresi can get away with doing crowd work because he knows how to take a funny moment, camp it up a little bit, and make it actual comedy. Versus what we're hearing now.
Just make another baby. Make another baby. They're not like white dudes where it's like I pulled out and shoved it on her tits, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. I shoved it on her tits.
I'm sorry, but the Satan voice for this is so good, dude. I want to hear it one more time for me. Because, you know, what do they say? It's another Mitch Hedberg. If you're lost in the woods, fuck it. Build a cabin. You have significantly improved your predicament. We're building a cabin with this, Senator Hinchcliffe. You have us lost in the woods, and I've decided bushcraft is the only answer. Just to say, I'm making this funny.
We're
going back.
Different than white guys. They don't even think about it. They just make another baby. Make another baby. They're not like white dudes where it's like I pulled out and shoved it on her tits, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. I shoved it on her tits.
Again, if this is in normal, then I'm not really laughing. If it's just regular. But in monster mode, going full Satan voice.
They don't do that. You've never heard of a wet front?
Shit. I gotta get him with bad wordplay there, I think. Because what is that alluding to? Yes, I get it. Like the WB thing. It's a derogatory term. I shan't be repeating. I've learned that even in context, it's not okay to do, apparently. Fine. But that's just, he's just making reference to the fact that that is a slur that people are aware of and that he knows about somehow. Like, I don't... Senator, what's your point?
Honored pickups. They don't do that. You've never heard of a wet front?
Shot it on her tits, wet front. Oh, okay. Okay. You know what? It is wordplay. I wasn't expecting it. He's getting 1 point for wordplay, which is double, 2x plus and a 2x minus. So, trust me, guys, that's not gonna help that much. The rest of this just gets watery-er.
Yeah. No, you haven't. Why? Because they blast right down the old Horchata Highway.
Oh, God, excuse me. That was just awful. I hated everything about that.
Right in that sweet little Miho maker.
Whew. We had 3 people here earlier on the Twitch. I was getting a little intimidated. Oh, shit. I don't want to be rude. I'm too Midwestern for that. That's why someday I'll probably be leaning on... I hope to assign someone the role of like a druid-esque kind of mod in the chat where it's like every now and again I'll visit the chat, but I'll have somebody running interference down there to be like, hey, he talks to us every now and again, but like largely he's focusing on the EEK scale. And it's not because I don't love hearing from you. I truly, truly do. I appreciate it. It supports the show. It helps me feel heard, right? But also I'm too Midwestern and I get distracted. And then, the greater, it depletes the quality of the show for everyone else later. So, eventually we'll work our way there. We'll find the right candidate and who's articulate and quick, but also, is out for the right reasons. A sort of a counter troll, if you will.
Maker. See, remember that. Remember that next time you see video of one of them crossing the border, just remember it. That's one now.
Again, seems like this smacks of podcast, and not of Kill Tony. Which I think maybe is why he's slipping into it, because he's never had a solo pod where like a Bill Burr or a Marin I guess more of Bill Burr. Marin tends to have more guests when that was still going, but where they just talk, kind of a real ass podcast type thing, kind of not really a Critical Leaks because I've even got input here. Excuse me, would you? It has the same cadence, the same kind of joke structure, the same kind of like aha-esque tone, where it's all improvised, and maybe that's cool if you're Casey Rocket. You know who does what Tony's doing right now very well is Casey Rocket. He's riffing. And Tony, I think, because he sees this as a linear path, right? Where you're either at this point on the line, or you're back on this point, or you're up here on this point. Because he sees it with a linearity, he thinks that he is better than those people behind him on the line at all things. I personally think it's more of a spectrum. Where, Casey Rocket is better at riffing and improvising on stage, but maybe isn't as good at crowd work as, say, your... I shudder to say it, but your Jeremiah Watkinses of the world. Who, once I have a screen, oh my God, I have something to show you guys. For those Red Bar fans out there, you're gonna flip.
But that one finds another one, turns into 11.
In fact, hey, future me, go make sure you have that clip of Jeremiah that we need for when we have video.
11 real fucking quick.
That one can turn into 11 really quick. And then a spattering of confused orc applause. They're like, yeah, I guess I kind of agree with that. That wasn't really what I was hoping for, but sure, it vaguely seems like a sentiment I reflect.
These things are all...
Jesus. Take it down a little bit. Switching it up from monster voice.
real. It's all real. And it
You know what? We're going to go back to like 10 seconds previous to this. I'm going to change up the mood a little bit. We are at the hour and a half mark, which means, delightfully, obligatorily, we turn on Hans Blue Harp by Bard Fox, Bardfox on YouTube. Go give him a follow and a subscription and tell him Eeks sent ya. We're going to put on Blue Harp. We're going to be doing a reading from the autobiography written by Corey Feldman, Choreography. When last we found Corey, his show, The Bad News Bears, had just been canceled. Now, that show was his first big taste of success, right? And so when he was on set, he was getting a very shoddy education. You know, they would carry over hours where you were supposed to be at school for 8 hours a day, but if you had one busy day, you might do 2 hours that day and 6 the next day. You know, in essence, he was not receiving any kind of practicable education, which was proven when he went back to public school. After Bad News Bears was canceled, sorry, I was finding my place. After Bad News Bears was canceled, Corey Feldman had to go to regular school. And at that point, he ran into what he considers his academic nemesis, multiplication. Beyond that, he just was way behind the other kids at school. So I probably shouldn't have been surprised that my parents chose this particular moment to start caring about my academic standing. Bad grades equaled no income. Shortly after returning to public school, my mother started sending a daily report card along with me. Little pink slips that my teacher was supposed to fill out. At the end of the day, with little boxes, she could check to indicate whether my performance had been satisfactory or unsatisfactory, whether my behavior in class had been excellent, good, fair, or poor. It was usually my father who received them and, based on my daily grades, administered what was quickly becoming a regular punishment. "Go upstairs and wait for me," he said, on a day when I brought him a particularly ominous combination of letters, a bright red P and an unforgiving U. I marched upstairs and lowered my pants down around my ankles until my father sauntered in and grabbed one of his leather belts. I was crying, counting off the spanks in my head when, midway through SWAT number 4, the leather belt broke clean in half. For a brief moment, I closed my eyes and sent up a silent prayer, thanking God that it was over. My father, however, simply retrieved a fresh belt from his closet. He turned and looked at me on his way out the door. "You know I don't want to do this, Corey, but I have to. It's the only way you'll learn what's right." I wanted to believe him, but later, when I was squirming my way out of yet another spanking, he tied my hands to the bedpost to ensure that I stayed put. He swung the belt wildly, and the buckle caught me in the eye. It bruised and swelled immediately, and I thought, surely there's a better way to teach your kid about right and wrong than this. This has been a reading of the autobiography written by Corey Feldman. Choreography. Let's shake that off a little bit. Oof. Anyway, sorry sorry about this. I am certain it's going to pay off as funny someday, hopefully. Gulp. Let's get back to Senator Hinchcliffe's Man of the People.
Turns into 11 real fucking quick.
So one, you see one jumping the border, it's going to turn into 11. And that's a joke, not just Tony proving American Read Act right.
These things are all real. It's all real. And it's okay. It's okay that we're all different. It's okay, and I love that. It's amazing.
Okay, weird little dog leg there, but that's fine. This is less scary than listening to Corey Feldman talk about how his dad used to abuse him with a belt. If you're the spanking crowd, look, I got whacked with a spoon too, don't get me wrong, but like, woofta, tying one kid's hands to a man, that's, if nothing else, a recipe for some of what we might end up getting into as this book continues. Let's move forward.
Do you know how many Indian people there are in the world? 2.5 many.
2.5, okay. I think it's like 1.6 billion. This came up the other day.
It's an incredible statistic.
Okay.
Look, everything has its own little quirks, right? I got stuck on my way here behind one of those cars with
Everyone else here a metronome set to about 120 BPM. That's weird.
with nobody driving. Yeah. He was Asian. That's the Asian one. We all know it. There's no doubt about it. It's an anomaly.
What in the hell is he talking about right now? Going back a little bit.
It's an incredible statistic.
Oh, the Indian one, I guess.
Look, everything has its own little quirks, right? I got stuck on my way here behind one of those cars with nobody driving. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I gotta hit him with a delivery point. You can't be doing this like, not during a special, right? Or call it a crowd work special. You can't just pretend like this is normal and this is what everyone should expect from a comedy special. And most importantly, do you know what the biggest factor is in that statement I've just made? Is that because other comedians are going to start thinking that's okay, right? Like if the internet didn't freak out on Tony for this special, which they have and good, then it would have been, and we're probably still going to have to fight people off who are trying to do this now. Who go, Netflix, look how popular my podcast is. Oh, you would like a special? I am a comedian. Sure, I don't have any like proven track record. And yes, 10 years ago, I did put out one on your show, and you didn't renew, on your platform, and you didn't renew the rights to that special. One shot. But give me a special, and I'm gonna do lazy crowd work that's half-ass thought out. We may already have to fight off some comedians who think they can pull this off. Now that's what we, the Eeks Men, are for. We're here to keep them back. The unwashed hordes of comedians that might try to pull this shit on us again. By contrast, we'll be doing the new Louis one. Not because I'm like, oh, by contrast, this will be good. It might be, to be honest, it might be. I mean, you've heard my joke about how Louis C.K. is word dumb because he got hysterical and hilarious. So confused that he named his special the wrong one. Dumbass. But the rest of his stuff, you know, he's considered one of the best joke writers, at least of our generation, so... I just look at this and I'm like, God, I wish this was better. I wanted this to be the thing that Tony used to shut everyone up forever, right? This is the special that brought Tony to the top. I just wish it didn't have to be so bad.
He was Asian. That's the Asian one. We all know it. There's no doubt about it. It's an anomaly.
Oh, there was no driver. One of those driverless cars, he was Asian. Is that what he's saying? I don't know, man. I can't with this guy.
Anomaly. Asian.
I mean, with the senator, who I respect and love, of course, and admire.
Lady, what kind of Asian are you? Chinese?
You remember how 2 episodes ago when we were covering this, I was talking about when he addresses the crowd and says, we've got a very diverse audience out here today. I said, sure, diverse enough for you to make that claim. But as we find out, as the special goes on, a lot of these people sitting at the same table in row 1 don't know each other. The implied curation is hilarious. That Tony had a standing order for the mothership guys. This is the mothership? No, it's somewhere else. Tony had a standing order for the security people. Hey, so if they look a little brown, if they have a tinge of something, if they speak kind of funny, put them in the first row. Which is how the Grump got there. The Grump, new president of Reddit or whatever, as I've called him before. I don't know that he's being honored the way that he probably should by the Tony haters. The haters of freedom and all that is good and just. I think he set them all there. And this is kind of proving it, because now he can just bounce from race to race to race and go, well, it's like this stereotype or this one. What kind of an Asian are you?
I love it. What's your name? Coke?
By the way, I don't think we got an answer. Right? Didn't we?
That's the Asian one. We all know it. There's no doubt about it. It's an anomaly.
Saying the Asian stereotype with the driving thing. Okay.
Asian lady, what kind of Asian are you? Chinese? I love it. What's your name?
Okay, so he did give us the answer. He's answering in complete sentences. Finally.
Coco?
Coco?
Koto?
Tony.
You say it, sir.
You know, man, for those of us who are trying so hard to punch this up or speak on behalf of the senator himself, you're making our life way more complicated than you need to, bro. God bless it. This is bad crowd work. At best, it's bad crowd work. At worst, it's a sin, probably.
Tong tong. Fuck yeah.
Tong Tong. Okay, but the laugh is because this is a silly foreign name, not because Tony did anything smart. In his head, the good senator is saying, oh, well, I tease this out. I always tease it out. I can sense when there's something funny in someone, and I pull it out. Every other show's host knows exactly what they're going to say. I improvise it all. Sure. But in a comedy special, when your biggest laugh in 15 minutes has been the name of a Chinese woman that you couldn't understand and someone else had to pronounce it to you after asking 3 times, are we really proud of this, Senator? Is this really something that you could go like, I did it? He took a big swing and he missed, okay? By his own admission, this was a swing and a miss. It's the only reason I feel okay about talking so negatively about the senator is he's given us all permission.
Talk.
Okay, also, what a perfect setup for him to be like, well, talk's so clear, so I couldn't hear you. He doesn't, he's just going, talk? Talk? Your name is Talk. We all heard it, you've missed your chance in order for this to be any kind of, eek scale related point for crowd work.
Talk.
For the sake of it, let's go back and see how many times he says this chick's name.
Yeah. That's the Asian one. We all know it. Koto? You say it, sir. Tong tong. Fuck yeah.
So that's one.
Talk talk. Talk talk? Talk talk? Talk talk?
5 times so far. He's vamping. He's trying to think of something funny to say, and the fact that her name is Talk Talk and he didn't understand what she said. Come on, Senator.
Talk talk.
6.
Fuck yeah.
That's another minus for this fucking shitty crowd work, dude. You're burying me, Senator. How am I supposed to have this superiority over American Redact when this is what you're doing to our team, bruv? Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure I just downloaded that app last week.
Finally got there. It was an app joke.
Holy shit. Talk talk.
7.
What do you do for a living?
Said Talk Talk 7 times and didn't make a single pun that was in any way related. I guess the apps thing, sure. Isn't that close enough? Is that close enough to a joke? I won't hit him again because I guess he got it. He got there. He thought of something.
You're a teacher? What are you teaching? Physics?
This is a phone call. We're listening to his phone call again. Oh, you're a teacher? What do you do? Oh, physics? Okay. And the fact that we can bear it, like, we can hear her, like, she's audible, we just can't, like, hear her well. Something about that makes it worse. If nothing else, you know, not to be so broad, it makes it seem less professional, right? It just doesn't seem as thought out.
Autistic kids. Oh. Wow. So you teach other Asians. Amazing.
Because Asians are apparently autistic. I guess the one that he talks to is so.
That's so special. Amazing.
Hans Kim.
How great.
This is Hans Kim. This is Hans Kim. That was my era of Kill Tony, by the way. William, you know, you had Hans to open it up, David to do whatever David does in the middle, and then William Montgomery. Hans was always an interesting interview. William Montgomery, always crushing, always killing at the end. He was tuned to the show perfectly for years there. And they got this big new influx of a bunch of fucks. This influx of people who, I don't know, like the show for the worst reasons, I guess. I don't know, like. People who like it for the wrong reasons, and people who take, like, Brian Holtzman seriously, or like that one comedian who was like, I got kicked out of the green room, and then got really hard called out by Ari, which was cool, Ari Shafir. That'll probably be on an Eeks featurette at some point. Because she was the one that was like, I was there, and, like, this guy went up, you know, the gay guy I knew went up and killed, and then this old guy went up after and just was making all these homophobic remarks. It's like, well, you mean the satirist Brian Holtzman was doing Brian Holtzman stuff? Like, I don't remember what my point was. This is so disappointing. I just wish it didn't have to be so bad.
Talk, let me ask you a question. What kind of car do you drive? A Honda Civic. Very good. Hell yeah. What kind of car did you have before the Honda Civic? That's the only car you've ever had? Wow. How long have you had it for? 2017 and you haven't totaled it yet?
Well, that didn't work, did it, Tony? You tried to approach the Asian and be like, what's the last car you wrecked? She's like, I haven't wrecked a car. He's like, at all? Not what? Please?
This is unbelievable.
Oh, Tony, this is such a swing and a miss. Why do these live? No one is asking for this. There are 0 people who are like, yeah, it was a good special, but was it live recorded? That's never been the standard. Stop trying to make it the standard. Who did it? It was, I want to say Chris Rock. And I never watched that one. I should because I like his old stuff a lot. But, you know, like Chris Rock was some of the first stand-up I like got into. You've heard me quote the joke before, but it's like, you know, when I was like 13, Chris Rock was the fucking man. You can drive with your feet if you want to. That don't make it a good fucking idea. I quote that all the time. No one is asking for live stand-up comedy, Netflix. Please stop letting them convince you to do this. It's not avant-garde. It's not cool. Like, we tried. It was a failed experiment. Even if it's done well, at best, it's going to make it less good. At best, it's a flex for a comedian to show other comedians. Well, I did mine live. Great. So for the audience, in what way does this benefit us? Us being able to go, oh, all this nonsense is off the top of his head and there's no editing. Or is it an excuse for when you do poorly? Well, it was live, so, I mean, I was one of the only ones to ever do a live podcast. Maybe that's part of the bravery he's talking about. I don't know. But with the track record so far of, like, Austin comics doing live stand-up comedy, I think we have burned the boats in Man of the People. And you don't want to be on that list. I don't care what the title of the list is. You don't want to be on the list with those 2 specials. The likes of which I truly believe are worse than Gringo Poppy. Not because Schaub wrote well, but because Schaub had other comedians helping him punch up his jokes that get it at least acceptable. Can you believe we thought that was bad? You know, it's like the Star Wars prequels. Everyone hated them until Force Awakens, and that swill came out, initiating the deconstructionist era of cinema, but I won't get into that. But we saw the sequels, and we're like, you know, the prequels are actually kind of good. Sorry, I just have to play out the poison sometimes. Go up to this, we go back down to this, and then we're back to 1. And we can start again.
Unbelievable. You've never gotten into a little accident?
Wishes were better. Wish it didn't have to be so bad.
Never. You only got a speeding ticket. Wow.
Okay, the reason I'm hitting him with another demerit here is because, Tony, you should have sensed 10, 15, 20 seconds in that this was not working. Okay, we're not doing Kill Tony. You tried to find a crowd member where you could play some, like, race crowd work off of. He, talk, doesn't appear to be that person. But you keep digging because in Kill Tony that works, but also in Kill Tony you'll edit some shit. Right? Also in Kill Tony, that's sort of what we signed up for. This is supposed to be a comedy, but it feels like I'm just... This dead horse is raw, Tony. Stop making me repeat myself. In the form of Corey Feldman's dad's belt on this poor dead horse.
Fuck yeah. This is amazing. You just fucked up my joke, Talk. That's the first time that's
It wasn't a joke, Tony. It was a concept at best, bruv.
ever happened where I found an Asian woman.
I'll say that it was a comedic idea at best. It was a concept at most likely. Fucking terrible, by my opinion.
Hasn't gotten into a car accident before. I know to you guys it's not that impressive because you would think to yourselves, well, that would probably happen all the time.
Go on.
That's literally the first out of like the 45 times that I've done this material, Talk.
Oh no. I never caught that before. That is the single most damning admission he has made regarding this special. Hands down, period. This motherfucker made me bend my glasses. They're all to the side now. My glasses are going Dutch angles to show how confused I am by why you would admit that you've done this 45 times before. You couldn't sense in the moment that this was not working, and the last thing in the world that the Hinchcliffe defenders need is for you to say that you've done this 46 times? It didn't occur to you that maybe that is devastating to the case that this was a fluke? I can no longer be like, look, he was just winging it, man. Like, he was like, I was leaning on that pretty heavily, Senator. You practiced this 45 times. I don't, like, if it was a band, they'd get booed. Like, if this was a band, we'd go, okay, well, maybe music's not your thing, dog. Like, Senator, I believe in you. But you create testament to my personal faith in you. Every time you talk shit like this, every single time you just admitted that you've done this 45 other times. I mean,
I just wasted 2.5 minutes
way more than that, dude.
talking to you.
Finally arrived at a pun regarding talk. That sounds like an app. You could, by the way, say that about any name. Oh, what's your name? Gobotria? I think I downloaded that app the other day. And because apps, you see, have silly sounding names.
Just to find out you're the world's greatest female Asian driver.
Okay. You know what? You've earned it. We're going back to monster vocals, bro.
Amazing.
No, full monster. Excuse me.
The closest thing to fresh air in this office
Is he speaking in tongues?
is your boss's screensaver. But what if he just walked that lake house?
I don't know. Should I buy a lake house?
Go on, it's easy. Booking.com.
Oh no! It's not an ad. I'm not doing this. This is some shit that got left in. Arguably funnier than the comedian's material that we're covering. So, content?
Yeah.
Thank you, Satan.
I saved enough to take my mom on a...
Okay. We're gonna skip over this shit. The bit's over.
My credit score went up.
My credit score went up.
Burns, is that you? Release the Hummers. Mr. Burns.
All shit, all terrible. Don't buy any of that garbage.
Let's move on from Asians.
Fucking laugh, dude. One more time. Oh boy.
I just find it all so interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, Senator. Jesus.
All the different cultures and all the different everythings.
He studies them. Remember, that was his whole thing. He studies these different cultures. I theorize that what he means by studies them was like that he has done Kill Tony for a very long time, wherein he interviews people. I'll give him that. Sure, it's studious, study adjacent at worst, right? More than probably we have, more than I have. I'm reaching so hard right now. This is American Reach Stacks TM levels of just trying to cope. What is it? Copium? Is that what they say on podcast screen? I used to go atomic levels of copium eking out of these.
I'm intrigued by everything. I really am.
I'm intrigued by everything. I really am.
And in Texas, there is a good melting pot. Everybody's different. Everybody's got something.
Okay.
In Texas, not everything's perfect, though. Still, marijuana is illegal.
Boo.
Yeah.
The orcs don't like that. Legalize it, man.
Porn is illegal. Yeah.
No public opinion.
Abortion illegal. Meanwhile, I had all three this week.
subversion of expectation point for Senator Hinchcliffe. That was really funny. Meanwhile, I had all three this week. Right on, dog. Very funny.
Yeah. Abortion is illegal in Texas, but flying your girl to Colorado via Spirit Airlines is $35 right now.
Sort of dated because Spirit is gone, but alright.
It's true. Use the promo code KILLTONY.
Funny. Originality. I'll give him originality because that's very his voice. See, I think this is written material. Can you imagine what the whole comedy special would have been like if you just, written one senator who I respect and admire?
Bags are extra, still costs extra for bags on Spirit, but this should be the only flight that you come back with less than you left with.
Alright, I mean, I'm this far from hitting him with a delivery demerit, because that was, again, kind of a flat tire. There was a little bit of the, it's sort of, because, he doesn't say it with assurity. He's not using a clearly practiced cadence, which is a huge part of it, by the way. That's like, it's a form of hypnosis that they're using on you. They kind of lull you into this sense of security where now you're laughing along when other people laugh along. It truly is. I mean, they tap into some strange psychological elements when they're doing this, whether they know it or not. Tony is not doing that right. Sorry, Senator Hinchcliffe is not doing that right now. And I don't think it's because he's punk.
It's true.
We got this.
She flies Spirit, and then the baby flies Spirit.
She flies Spirit, and then the baby Spirit flies. You're welcome, Senator. If you'd have said that, I would have laughed. Instead, you made me do your work for you. Somebody asked if I was a professional comedian earlier. I choose to take that for the compliment I choose to take it as. I didn't get it right away. I thought I was setting her up to be like, well, what gives you the right? She was actually cooler than that. But I do love that argument. By the way, the next time someone's like, they're like, you're not even a comedian. I've got one locked and loaded for them. You can find me on Dubs General's comments, leaving paragraphs worth of completely unread nonsense to most people. But poignancy, by my measure. So...
When you make that noise, it makes me want to go deeper into that type of subject material.
I still, she flies Spirit, and then the baby Spirit flies. Would have been way funnier.
Yeah.
And then the baby flies Spirit. Again, he's very, very close, but he does this kind of a lot where he knows there's something there, and that's why he works great on these roasts. Because he's got good instincts, but then they can refine it. Or he can refine it. Didn't seem to have appeared here. Because that, she flies Spirit and then the baby flies Spirit is just flipping of two words away from being a joke rather than a thought.
You think when aborted babies get to heaven, you think they get to grow?
Okay.
Or do they stay the same size? Right?
Alright, I'll say this is very in his personality. He's now trolling the Texan audience that he's kind of gotten to lean into his more right-wing talking points. Now he's like, I don't do any of that shit, you fucking douchebags. I like that you don't like this. He's kind of going after his own crowd. He's doing like a PC principal South Park type thing, which I admire.
Get up there and
I'm sorry, that was exhausting to find things I like about this.
Just a bunch of human crawfish all over the floor. Right? Like you die and you wake up in heaven and you're just like, whoa, amazing. Crunch. Like, what the fuck?
You're stepping on aborted fetuses in heaven. Apparently, you walk there. Apparently, clouds are set. The world builder in me is trying to pick apart this implied mythology and Rest easy. Rest easy, brain. There's nothing here.
One of the unnamed.
Point for delivery. Loved that. One of the unnamed is hilarious. Did he just laugh? What the fuck laugh was that? Oh, it was me. You can hear previous me laughing. Somehow. One of the unnamed. The guy is cracking up. I thought it was me. It's not. That would be impossible. It's some crowd member who's sitting too close to the mic.
And I could tell there's probably some ladies in this room right now.
Can you?
Thinking to yourselves, you know, I've never thought of it that way before. Maybe.
What, with that they're up there, the crunching, or that they're the unnamed? What way?
Maybe one day, when I pass away, I'll get to reconnect with that little bugger and I'll get to explain to it why.
Okay, so what he's doing right now is making us lean in. This could be very good if he has somewhere, if he has a hook for us, then what he's doing is fantastic. Otherwise, I feel like it's abuse of the magic that makes us, of that hypnosis. It's an abuse of a spell. If he's got us going in like this, and he's saying things like this, and we're starting to sort of lean in because we're listening as he speaks more quietly, and then BAM! So if he gives us a BAM coming up here, then who knows? Maybe he'll score some points that he desperately needs to score back. Let's find out.
I did what I had to do at the time. When I'm in heaven, well, ladies, I'm here to tell you.
You're going to hell.
You will be burning in hell.
I see. It just didn't hit like I was hoping it was gonna. I don't think it hit like anyone was hoping it was gonna. You know, just like, guess what? You think you're going to heaven. Oh, that's a structural repetition. Guess what? If you think I'm gay, you're gay. That was his whole, like, well, if you think X, you X. If you think X about me, you X. It's formulaic, simplistic, and a third thing as well. Thank you, Senator.
I'm king! God, this is the part where I can tell exactly which women have had abortions in the room, by the way. Some of the ladies that were loving the black and Latino jokes are just...
I want to hit him with another delivery, demerit. I mean, that was a bad delivery. We need to keep in mind that this is supposed to be the best of his best that he's been working on for years. Right? This isn't just like him doing a live show. If you fuck up even once on your delivery, you gotta get hit with that demerit. That's what the EQ scale is for. It's not for, in general, it's like, no, that time you fucked up. This was really good. This is good. You fucked this up badly, and that's an X2 minus. Like, it's more of a live scale than that. These broad, generalized 5 bags of popcorn assholes are doing. Okay.
Look, some of us, all of us, can be accidentally racist sometimes. It happens. It happened to me one time.
It's originality, because again, that's speaking from him. Only, you know, him saying it that way is only funny because it's him. That's why he gets a point for originality. That happened to me one time. It's like we've seen it happen to him multiple times. It's very funny. That was the joke he was getting at.
And now I'm the ambassador to Puerto Rico, and...
Okay, everyone, let's put on the Satan voice again, because he's being crazy.
Look, people come up...
Remember his intro music?
come up to me on the street not going to take much of your time, but I got...
God, can you imagine if this was good? I am not saying that it had any chance to be. I'm just saying I wish it didn't. Have to be so fucking bad.
I gotta know, what's your least favorite race? And I tell everybody the same thing. And that's that I love everyone equally. Yeah, I lie. But I don't know what it is. I'm just in some kind of mood tonight. I feel like I want to do it. Is it okay if I say my least favorite race here tonight? It's the goddamn Canadians.
It's a nation, not a race. I get why he did it that way. It's jingoist, not racist. It's classic, really it is. People are like, oh, a group of people, so you're being racist. It's like, no, if it's against a nation of people, not a race of people, then it's jingoist. But far be it from me to only study those vocabulary words in social studies. It's true, though. Okay.
I am so sick of these border jumping snow monkeys.
That's stolen from South Park. That's a -1 for originality. You stole that from South Park. Goddamn politics. That was, remember, it goes against the igloo, the Inuits. Kyle or whatever. Not Kyle. That's Chad. He's a dick. I don't remember what his name is, but Scott. That's Scott. He's a dick. Scott's whole thing is he really hates Inuits, First Nation or whatever. Anyway,
Coming into our
that is one thing I'll say is we get a lot of shit for the way the treatment of the Native Americans from our northern neighbors. And it's like, do you really have that much to talk? Is that really a kind of subject you want to go down? I don't think it is.
country bragging about their free health care while looking like absolute dog shit.
Can't help but disagree with you there, Tone.
And they have egos now. These Canadians have egos. We were always their little protector. You know, they were our fucking little autistic cousin.
God, I'm gonna hit him with another minus for delivery, dude. It seems excessive, but that's only because he's gone out here improvising this shit in a really, really not passable way. We're gonna keep going for as long as we can here, but I don't think we're getting a full 3 out of this, to be honest. I don't think it's fun for anyone. I think we may have to come back to this later on, cause Jesus, it's soul crushingly bad. It's every line is exhausting to try to find any silver lining at all. It's tough. It's tough.
That we locked up in the act.
This right here is why I understand why people are like, I don't respect stand-up comedy, I don't think it's an art, and I don't like it. Good, smart people that I know, Eeksmen that I know, have expressed this sentiment to me, and I can't defend stand-up comedy against points like this. It's like, yeah, it can be, as what did Carlin say, it's a vulgar art form, it's a low art form, but it is an art form, and the vulgarity and the lack of elevation is really brought to the forefront by specials like this. It's like, fuck, is it an art? Is it just assholes with microphones? You get it.
And gave the pizza crust that the rest of the family didn't want at the end of the night, too. You know, well, all we ever did was help.
Judges, it's a close, just about split, but it is an art form.
Help them. Yeah, fuck.
You know, people do art poorly all the time.
Canada, sir. It's exactly what
Somebody yelled, fuck Canada, and he goes, yeah, fuck Canada, sir. It's exactly what blah, 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 blah. Okay. Tony found something that's politically acceptable for him to make fun of. How safe of you, Senator. Just what we all love about you, your safety and your foresight.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's the President Donald Trump, by the way. He's at the show.
He's saying fuck Canada, okay.
Up there being protected by the Secret Service.
I think he goes on to talk about, like, the hockey game, Four Nations or whatever.
That's right now, because he's scared of this guy right here.
He's talking about the grump, but you wouldn't know that, would you?
Jesus Christ. Every lap you get a little bit scarier. I come around, just his chin keeps going farther and farther down.
So there, we're talking about the king of Reddit, and it's zoomed in on him, and he's going. He's just intentionally looking miserable, and every time Tony talks to him, the longer Tony talks to him, the harder he goes. Which rules. This guy's very, very funny. Or lost, I don't know.
Down like this.
Could be both.
Fuck yeah. What kind of Asian are you? You don't know?
Yeah, so he just goes.
Perfect, that's what I thought you'd say. This is one of your students, right, Talk Talk?
Oh, that's a good callback right there. Talk Talk teaches physics to autistic kids, so this is one of your students, right, Talk Talk? Really good callback, Senator.
Anyway. I always liked Canada, but they have egos now out of nowhere. I don't know how many COVID boosters you have to get to have an irrational ego, but they've got it. A few months ago at a big hockey game, they booed.
Oh yeah, he does. It's like the four nations hockey game, so yeah. We'll let him tell the story.
Our national anthem. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I think? I think they better stop doing it and they better start fucking learning it.
That's from Twitter. That's like an X sentiment that was shared like crazy. I'm taking a point from originality. It's not his joke. It would have been his joke if he did it the week that this happened. We're talking literally over a year now. Maybe. Maybe literally. Probably over a year now, let's say.
Yeah.
Which, again, would be another demerit for reliance on timeliness, but we do a play as you lay here. So, okay.
Yeah. I'm sick of them.
Canadians? Okay. I don't understand. Actually, I do. Literally, the only reason he's doing this is because it's acceptable. You can't say all that about Mexicans because it's got actual racial connotations to it. Whereas Canada, white monoculture, go nuts. They're white people. They don't have feelings or whatever. Or white people are just... You can't be racist against white people because... Boy, that's a snake eating its tail real quick, isn't it? I won't get into it. I feel like I don't have to.
You know, they have a program now where the government kills...
Because why?
Kills you.
Because you can't punch down on a white? What does that imply? Ugh. It's almost like this logic makes no fucking sense.
1 in 20 Canadian deaths last year were from a program where they kill themselves, but through the government, because they have free health care. So you sign up for it, and basically the taxpayers are killing them. So they're all killing each other, but they're making it look like it's a compassionate act that they're doing, instead of dying like real people, like real Americans, fighting to their last breath. Yeah. And they have to schedule it too. They schedule it for a couple months out of their original appointment visit. Have you ever heard of anything quite that Canadian than being told to come back in a couple months for your own suicide and being like, okay, I'll be here with bells and whistles. How un-American is that? How do you kill yourself if you're an American? You fucking do it. It's just over.
You know what? We're done for now. We're done for now. I'm gonna go ahead play some music for you while I go have myself a piddle. And we're gonna close it out a little early this time. You know, no one's sitting at the bar, so to speak, and it's not because you guys aren't hanging out. It's just because I just feel like we've run out of stuff to serve. Wait, what the hell? Okay, yeah. So we're at 38:13. We stopped at 38:13. And we will be revisiting this another time. I got comedy commentary shit to do. I got Stav to make fun of. I got Redact to call out, you know? I got this Dubs General situation that's developing. There are things we gotta cover. And frankly, I need a rest. So, I'm at the rest room, and I'll be right back. So, it's that time again, my own friends. The time wherein we must bring the show to an end. Looking back, cursory summary thoughts, Tony Hinchcliffe's Man of the People. I just wish it didn't have to be so bad. Take the boat out on the bay, forget your job for just one day. Wish it didn't have to be so bad. It might be inappropriate because either way up the land gets dropped. Oh yeah, well I wish it didn't have to be so bad. And I'd play with fire to break the ice, and I'd play with a nuclear device. Something I regret. Why do I want what I can't get? And I wish it didn't have to be so bad. 3-day theory's getting old. Everyone's getting left out in the cold. Wish it didn't have to be so bad. So I'll see you with another guy who pretends not to hear you when you cry. Oh yeah, well I wish it didn't have to be so bad. I'd play with fire to break the ice, and I'd play with a nuclear device. Is it something I regret? Why do I want what I can't get? And I wish it didn't have to be so bad. And I'll be moving on. I'll be moving on. Oh, I'll be moving down. I'll be moving on. Cha-cha-cha. Bam! Thank you very much. As always, I appreciate you. This has been Critical Leaks. I'm Drew with the Punk, and in the meantime, be nice.